Good Tuesday morning to you, Roger Hill of Wuthering Heights. This weather video driven by 802cars.com, representing 802 Toyota, Twin Cities Subaru, and 802 Honda, all located off of exit 7 on Interstate 89. You're looking at snow water equivalent. This is in centimeters, and above here is in inches. This is the area hardest hit, of course, Bennington County, pretty solidly showing where the heavier snow water content was. This extended up the spine of the Green Mountains, but also the eastern part of Rutland County, and of course just south of Rutland City itself. This area, the Taconic Mountains, also being affected. Hardest hit area seems to be around Sunderland in this particular area here. Further up to the north, you can see where it did not snow, and that is the Connecticut River Valley, right up from Northampton, Massachusetts, right up the valley, Claremont, New Hampshire, White River Junction, West Lebanon, White River Basin. You can see the Passumpsic River Valley really not seeing a tremendous amount of snow. You get a little further west toward the Green Mountains, the upslope component, a little bit east of the Burlington International Airport indicated there, and of course affecting the local northern and central Green Mountains. Some areas are skipped, others are hit pretty hard, and so forth. Current conditions, we have this departing area of low pressure over the Canadian Maritimes now, and still swirling in a considerable amount of low-level moisture. However, things are beginning to fall off per radar, and we're starting to see a little bit of drier air entrained, and that's going to change things up, but still some flurries probably even into tonight, especially across the northern areas of the Green Mountains, some of our Northeast Kingdom highlands. This should be drying up gradually over time. And looking at the temperature profiles, you can see 20s upstream here, blowing in from Canada across a wide area from the Petawawa area, Ottawa Valley north. And cooler temperatures are going to advect in. That's going to keep the temperatures either right about 32 or a little bit lower through most of the day here in Vermont. Northwesterly winds will be gusting up to about 25, 30 miles per hour, well below thresholds today. This is the last real blustery day. Things do calm down during the day tomorrow with a good project weather day. This is 06Z GFS Ensemble run, and pretty solid. Really agrees with the European. A little bit of moisture comes in on Thanksgiving, and just some spotty light and mixed precipitation types. This will not affect utilities. Again, this is based on Burlington International Airport. So what we can see here is it's warm enough to rain, then it gets cold again, and so forth. This is the area we're watching also for just a little bit more activity, but again, this is 3/10 of an inch, 6/10 of an inch, 9/10 of an inch. You can see that it's well below that point. So not anticipating anything major. European model even downplays this even more so. So the latest, area of low pressure off to the northeast of the Canadian Maritimes is going to be pulling away. We still have some gusty winds with this relatively tight pressure gradient. This ridge of higher pressure is going to shoot east. So as I run the model here, you can see that this would be valid 1 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow, Wednesday. Still likely a lot of cloud cover, but maybe we'll squeeze in some sunshine. These red thickness lines show where temperatures are warm enough aloft that if precipitation falls, it will fall in the form of rain. To the north in the blue line, it will fall in the form of snow. Keep your eye on that, as we're going to be crossing that line and kind of bouncing back and forth. So this is our next precipitation maker, really. It moves in later in the afternoon, especially on Thursday. We're talking just a few hundredths of an inch. We're not anticipating any issues for utilities. Something we'll have to keep a close eye on, but I'm feeling fairly confident that that is not going to be a big deal. We have jet stream energy pushing in the next weather system. This is going to be pushing across the Great Lakes. It'll open up for more precipitation, but again, look, it's relatively light, not a big deal. And this is where the GFS model was kind of hinting at something a little bit major. This is mostly off to the south of us, and this is valid Friday night. So as we run that again, valid on Friday night, right there, boom. Then that moves on out pretty quickly on Saturday. A little bit of a cool down. And then we're looking at a little bit of a weak, sort of in between weak ridge of higher pressure moving in on Monday. That's the last day of this particular period. Just want to show you what happens thereafter. We have a shot at some gusty southeasterly gradient winds that moves on by. But look at this next weather system. This is a long ways out. I would not trust it, but this definitely indicates that things are going to warm up. That's where temperatures go up near 60 degrees next Wednesday, indicated by the European model. And that looks like it'll also be included with some rain and some very strong gusty southeasterly winds if this does pan out. something we'll have to watch. So watch out for gradient winds next week. Here's the 7-day total precipitation amounts, and roughly 1 inch, and really not a big deal here. Switching over to temperatures, you can see that we're roughly close to normal, warm either side of us. What about 3 days later? Still the same. Not a lot of change. Temperature inversion, trapping cooler air. And last but not least, I want to show you the current conditions here in terms of snow depth. Heaviest snowfall seems to be around the areas toward Binghamton, New York, and the upslope component coming off the Great Lakes with the northwesterly flow right up into just south and east of the St. Lawrence River Valley, the sort of northwestern corner of the Adirondack Mountains, and of course also in our local areas. Further east you go, the least amount of snow. This is snow depth being shown here. That's it from now. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights.